Story 1. I'm 41 years old and silently cried my eyes out for the first time in my life in a Disney shower despite having wealthy parents. My mother had severe undiagnosed postpartum depression and severely neglected me on top of my father sexually assaulting me as an infant up until I was 11. Since I was alone so much, I was raised by TV and my happiest memories was of watching Star Wars and Disney movies over and over on VHS until I would literally wear the tape out. Sadly, I didn't cut my parents out until I met my amazing wife who finally got me away from them when they tried their best to ruin our wedding a decade ago and I told her everything. My amazing wife's one huge obsession is everything Disney and would live here if possible. Being such a big fan, I did my best to grind for years to bring her here as much as possible and in fact, just proposed to her again a new engagement and wedding ring at the Millennium Falcon. One of the things I never told her is that the assaults happened a lot when we traveled and that included here. I will take this to my grave and never admit this to her as to tarnish this magical world. And I do mean magical. I have never seen her or my son so happy and reliving this through them and seeing all my childhood characters and sets come to life has healed me in a way I never thought possible or could put into words. I woke up this morning and wanted to get an early start so jumped in the shower and it hit me. I had the greatest days in my life and will continue to do so with this amazing family that I am so lucky to have and I just started sobbing uncontrollably. I haven't cried since I was 8, but it felt so good. I don't believe in a benevolent God, but I know that heaven is real, because I'm living it and when I die, I will think back to these days and live them over and over again just like my VHS tapes. Only this time they will never wear out. Brannigan_Aurora says, I'm so sorry you have traumatic childhood memories. I can relate, especially to being raised by TV. I wish you only happiness and healing in your chosen family. Reparenting yourself is hard but worth it. Wonderful Status 507 says, Og, look at you go. Living and healing and making new happy memories with your little fam. Last_friend_6350 says, your wife sounds amazing and I hope you make so many more happy memories together as a family. You deserve every single one of them because of the horrific childhood you had to live through. May the force be with you. Story 2. My husband slept with my niece while I was on business trip. This niece is my brother-daughter and she is 23. For more than a year I felt she is looking way too much at my husband 40 but my mind couldn't accept this and I told myself I am crazy. I know she admires him, she is very vocal about it. I didn't do anything because I never saw anything suspicious on his side. My brother is a loser to be frank and a stupid excuse of a father. Drinks, gambles and usually unemployed. My husband collects him frequently from hospital and pays for the medicine he has for liver. A lot of times when my niece was still a child I took care of her, cooked for her, got her ready for school. Her mother left with someone else and she abandoned her with her father. My husband is the complete opposite of him. He takes care of his appearance, has successful business, 45 employees. She looks up to him and said she learnt a lot from him about how a business work. When the line was really crossed was when one day she insisted to iron his suit. He always wears suits and ties and she wanted to prepare it for him. I was very busy with my 7-year-old daughter who had a hard time getting used to the new school and I let it pass. A very stressful period for me. And she helped. I told her I will just order food every day, but she wanted to be useful, so she said. She cooked what he liked to eat, never asked what we want, just what he wants. And 3 days ago I found out he slept with her while I was away on business trip. I let my daughter with them in the house. But he took her to my mother. I actually got an anonymous text, which turned out to be from a friend of hers. I hoped he'd a stupid joke. But I told him I know he slept with her and he started apologizing and explaining that it happened just once, that they had wine and it happened. I don't know what to do now. And it will add this to my post. Another reason why I think he didn't groom her was that this is not the first time she sleeps with a married man. She did it last year too. I had a talk with her back then and she was very proud of what she done. She wasn't looking for love, she just fancied the idea to sleep with a man in power. That man was also with high social status and in military. It's her thing. She sees these kind of men as superior and worthy. She never gave any chance to a guy her age and she looked down on them. She is not like a lot of modern young women who want to be independent and strong. She knows she is beautiful and is playing the beauty card. She is extremely feminine to the point that even her voice is always soft and low, like she wants to appear submissive and good girl. She never went clubbing for example, because good girls don't do that. Doesn't want a driver license because she feels it's masculine to drive a car. He says, he dropped your daughter off at your mom's, your niece came over, had wine hooked up. I doubt it just happened, feels like it was planned. Adventurous Mark 605 says, I spoke to my mom and she is also very upset, but I simply cannot go to that house. What if she appears? I am not ready to face her, neither of them. And my mother tried to reason with her and beg her to tell her what was in her mind. To which she replied that she deserves some happiness finally, and actually got very triggered when my mom told her she hurt me. She yelled that she was hurt enough by everyone and she deserves good things too, even if we are all against her. No one was against her until this. But it seems she secretly hated us all, or at least was very envious of our lives, as she had it hard. And yes, she told my mother, I suppose to hurt her even more, that she hopes she is pregnant. She acts like we were all against her, like we all just pitied her. Adventurous Mark 605 says, I think I should tell my brother too. Story 3, they said getting married would end our sex life. His friends warned him. They told him that, as soon as I got that ring, kiss sex goodbye. One friend, very religious and stuck in a loveless marriage, who invited a third person into their relationship and broke the rules by fucking the third alone without his wife knowing, warned my husband that it would all be downhill from here. None of them know how good we have it. None of them know how obsessed we are with each other, and have been since high school. The frisky, awkward little teens have only gotten more confident and more adventurous over time. Did they think we'd suddenly get tired of each other after 15 years just because we finally share a last name? Ridiculous. The stress release we've had after the wedding has been remarkable. I can't keep my hands off him, and he keeps laughing and joking that he would have married me sooner if he had known the effect it would have had. Don't be in a hurry. Love your person wholly. Try new things. When the clerk at the sex shop recommends the libido chocolate, brush off the embarrassment and give it a try. When your husband makes comments about how good you look, lean into it and ask if he has any requests for later. Don't stop having fun. And if you think sex with one person is boring, you're fucking doing it wrong. Hugh Jeff and Cock says, what a diplomatic way of saying your religious friend's a cheating piece of shit. Shadowders says, hear hear. It's like so en vogue these days to attack monogamy. And it's always from people unfulfilled and insecure in their own relationships. Happy for you, op. From a serial monogamist. Excellent Cold 7354 says, the friend is very religious, but also engages in threesomes. Open marriage cheating. Interesting. Thanks for watching. I love you. Follow Reddit Echoes for more.